Good morning and good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of Before Coffee. We're here on Mucking Fonday. We made it past the weekend. I hope you didn't doom scroll because we are going to tell you all the news you missed or the important news stories we found that you missed over the weekend. So I hope you're ready for that. This is the first and only international game show Before Coffee, the father and daughter news podcast where we look at our stories right before the show starts. We just got caffeine in our bodies and we learned to speak and read live on stream. Let's get into those mucking headlines and spin that segue wheel. Today on Mucking Fonday, Belarus forms new airborne brigade near Ukraine.
And it's Monday, and it's summer on our hot planet in August, and we're going to talk about Spokane, Washington's fires have forced evacuations of hundreds of homes.
Ooh. Crisis. After the return of normalcy in Sueta, Spain criticizes the unforgivable behavior of some EU leaders.
Yes, and in nefarious Republican news, we have two stories. Senator Marino calls for the resignation of his ex-son-in-law after his son-in-law is arrested for domestic violence. And Stinky the Clown blasts box wine aficionado Janine Piro after she drops reflecting pool vandalism case.
In my culture news, we're going to talk about Ariana Grande, who's taking a step back from visibility due to endless public scrutiny.
Step back. I always love that. And it's national. Let's see what it is. It's National Watermelon Day. Oh man, I love me a watermelon. It's that time of the year. I could eat an entire watermelon in one sitting. It is Monday, August 3rd, 2026 on Before Coffee. Man, you know our thing where I just put on our channel and just watch it endlessly all day. It's on my computer. Yes, work.
Yeah, maybe. Tommy says, can we start a sweepstakes for when we think they will announce the death of Mitch McConnell? A sweepstakes, what are we rewarding you? We don't have anything to give you for a sweepstakes.
Sweep a steak. That'll help.
I mean, I've looked it up, and there hasn't even been any news about it since the 19th of July, so I guess everyone's already forgotten about poor Mitch there.
There's plenty of videos about it. If you're just looking for news, forget it. But if you look on YouTube, you'll find plenty of videos calling into question, hey, here's the deal. How can that picture of his wife proving that he's alive, she's wearing some certain clothes, and on that same day she went to visit, she was wearing something else? Did she change her clothes while she was at the hospital?
They could have.
That's interesting.
That's possible.
Yeah. Maybe she pissed her pants, right? Yeah. Anybody got a pair of...
Speaking of YouTube, I actually heard on my social media that they banned 120,000 AI slop channels. And conveniently, we're still here because we're real.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh, that is just the best news. I want to see this in practice now. I want to see if my stuff stops showing up in my feed. I do not mind that the people with only a few subscribers show in my feed. I love that. In fact, I wish they would do it in everybody's feed. Why does it only do it in mine? I get it all the time. I get people with 8 subscribers, no views. I get it all the time. They must think, oh, he likes that. I don't know. Anywho, I have no idea.
Very interesting because they were doing I don't know if they did an internal investigation or was a third party or whatever, but they found that most people who visit YouTube are instantly put into an AI slop video. That's what was happening. But I guess they're trying to reverse that because it's just turning people away from the platform, really. Nothing worse than getting on YouTube and the first thing you see is a robot voice and I'm going to tell you about something that didn't happen. And you're like, oh my God.
If I have any questions about it being AI, as a matter of fact, I go in the comments. And the people in the comments are calling it out. A lot of them are full of shit.
Yeah.
But eventually you go, hey, somebody will say, hey, look at the background, how it changes, or how it changes. Or people don't leave footprints. That's always a good one, right?
Oh, yeah. For me, it's just like, wait a minute. For me, the first time I got caught by an ASLOP video it was like a story about Gandalf, and I thought it was just like somebody's little fan fiction, but then all the pictures were like this really weird looking Gandalf, and I was like, this is AI slop, isn't it? This isn't somebody like creating cute little fan fiction about Gandalf. This is just somebody create a story about Gandalf where he fights a dragon. ChatGPT, create a video from that, and then it did, and then they posted it instantly to the internet with no anything else, right? It's just
really disappointed when you're like 20 chapters into an audiobook and oh my god, this is AI narration. I didn't even realize it. And then they start pronouncing words that are completely not pronounced that way.
Yeah, that's not how you would say that.
The editor didn't go as deep into the book as I did because they AI will do. And what word was it? Mispronouncing over and over again. I was like, that's not how it's pronounced. It's AI. No wonder he's saying drama all the time.
Drama.
I thought that was
it's freaking Homer Simpson. It's a Homer Simpson thing.
Drama. That's only in Boston. Only Boston says drama.
All right, our first segue today is a haiku. For my only story, which is coming out of, the weekend. Right before, on Friday, we were talking about the big Sueta drama where... Oh, sorry, no. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Belarus. Never mind. That Sueta drama is my next story. We're talking about Belarus, who is forming a new airborne brigade near Ukraine. That's not dangerous at all. This is on the Kyiv Post. Belarus has begun forming a new airborne assault brigade in southern Gomel region, approximately 40 kilometers from the Ukrainian border. That's pretty close for a plane. According to ZN, Colonel Alexander Ilyukevich announced the creation of the 37th Separate Airborne Assault Brigade during the broadcast on the state-run Von TV channel, noting that the unit is currently undergoing active structural expansion. We have already begun the formation of military units. 1 battalion has been formed, officers have been recruited, personnel have been drafted, Ilyukevich stated. This year, we are forming another battalion alongside combat support units, artillery, anti-aircraft, and reconnaissance units. The deployment of the 37th Brigade in the Gomel region is reportedly aimed at reinforcing Belarus's southern flank, an area that military officials in Minsk have repeatedly characterized as a primary security concern. Yeah, it's a defensive brigade. Sure it is, Belarus. You keep saying that to yourself until Putin tells you, send in the brigade! The new units adds to Belarus's existing airborne capabilities, which currently comprise 3 separate airborne assault brigades, the 103rd in Vitebsk, and the 38th in Brest, and the 5th in Marina Horka, located near the capital Minsk. The formation of the new brigade follows weeks of heightened military posturing by Minsk along the Ukrainian border. In early July, the Ukrainian State Border Guard Service, DPSU, reported that the Belarus was actively developing new military infrastructure, primarily training grounds and logistical hubs. Near the border, though no significant concentration of troops was observed at the time. Russian forces launched roughly 1,900 drones, 1,600 aerial bombs, and 144 missiles at Ukraine in a single week, targeting 16 regions. Later in the month, Belarusian leader Alexander Lukashenko addressed an alleged personnel shortage within the armed forces, instructing Defense Minister Viktor Krainin to send underperforming officials and agricultural workers to guard the southern borders. Oh, great, now we're punishing people by making them guard the border. Yeah,
let's put the people that can't do their job there. That'll help.
Actually, keep doing that.
Let's put the incompetent people there.
Anyone who fails to carry out orders should be sent to the army. Let them serve orders.
Let's send troublemakers to places where they're causing more trouble.
I just want to make it clear. It's underperforming officials, which is a government position, and agricultural workers, which, as far as I know, is not a government position. But they're sending agricultural workers, farmers. You don't give us enough wheat every year. Go to the army. Okay. Well,
workers. Yeah, don't live in Belarus if you can help it.
Yeah, fuck that. Let them serve there. They can sit in the forest. They need personnel there too, Lukashenko stated during a July conference call regarding the 2026 harvest campaign. Everyone who doesn't know how to work into the army into the southern border. Doesn't this just absolutely sound like a dystopian nightmare?
Well, it's exactly what Trump's doing.
Determined you don't work well enough, so yeah.
Fascist and racist to be ICE agents. It's basically just, I want to shoot somebody, make me an ICE agent.
I think the point here is to put people in the army to give them some sort of structure and work ethic as a. Obviously, you're lazy, so you need to join the military. So that's what it sounds like they're trying to do here, anyways. Despite repeatedly claiming that Ukraine poses a security threat, Lukashenko has maintained that Minsk has no intention of entering the war. However, the Ukrainian intelligence official continued to assert that Moscow is actively pressuring Belarus to increase its military commitments and further distract Ukrainian defensive resources. If they get attacked by Belarus, I think the EU should do something. I think if two countries attack Ukraine, I mean, two countries are already attacking Ukraine unofficially, right? Korea is providing soldiers to Russia to invade Ukraine with. So
goodness, 71. So he can't be in power too much longer.
But there is your update on Ukraine, in which Belarus is totally not trying to help invade Ukraine at all, and I'm kind of with Ukraine here. I wouldn't trust them. I would not trust them to whatever they're saying.
Lukashenko's been in power since 1994. Your entire life he has been in power. July 20th, 1994. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. 71. Why don't somebody just take him out? I'm serious. Somebody in Belarus needs to just take him out.
Take him back. Take him to Moscow.
I say that about our leader, United States, too. I don't care. I just, bad leaders don't do anything but cause problems. So I don't have any problem with assassination. Yeah, so
said you didn't have one.
Well, I do with some certain ones, but I'm just saying it's like what? Well, this is how power has changed hands in the history of the world. Like, we need a new king, kill the old one.
And that is what happened in Russia, for example. But now they're in this mess because of it.
Yeah, when I that's what the Mel Brooks thing about it's good to be king. Not necessarily. You're eventually going to get beheaded. I think dying slowly over years and years is a much better solution than that. Let's have a haiku. National defense is invasion protection, but not from Ukraine.
Yeah, I mean, it could happen, maybe. I doubt there will ever be an actual land invasion that they have to walk troops through Belarus to get to Russia. I don't think that's happening. I think we're long past land invasions where we walk people across borders. I think we're just shooting missiles and shooting drones at each other now, which honestly is for the good because less people are dying and more machines are dying, I guess.
I'm sure Ukraine is terrified of government agents and control workers.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're going to plow our fields. I don't know. Oh, they're going to pick our fruit. Run for your lives.
Oh no. All right, let's roll our next segue for your stories.
All right, spin the wheel.
Wheel spin. It's a mixed metaphor.
Take
it away.
Okay, so we're just going to do the fire story because that's a bigger story and it's one of them things that's urgently urgent. That's right. I'm redundant. AP News has it. Fires near Spokane, Washington force 60,000 people to evacuate. I don't even know if Spokane has more than 60,000 people. They might even have like 100,000. That's like most of the people. Where are they going? They're going out in the forest. I don't know. There ain't no forest. There's nothing but desert out in that area of Washington. Wildfires in eastern Washington state forced to evacuate. I'm sorry, this is from AP News. John Hanna, probably not the Hall of Fame offensive lineman, probably somebody else. Wildfires in eastern Washington state forced evacuation of 60,000 people in the Spokane area while destroying at least 600 homes, businesses, and other structures. Just say 600 structures. How about that? Doesn't say 600 homes. It could have been 5 homes for all they list them all together. The fires in and around Spokane, the state's second largest city, I would say state's second largest city, but I'm not sure it is the state's second largest city if you consider the suburbs of Seattle, but I digress. The fires in and around Spokane, the state's second largest city, turned about 8.2 square miles, or about 20 square kilometers, or an area that's about 2.5 by 2.5. Over the weekend, where among dozens of wildfires across the western United States that stretched the ability of federal, state, and local agencies to fight them, a total of about 390 square miles, or 1,000 square kilometers, which is easy to measure. It's 10 by 10 kilometers, has burned across the state, and some of the fires, including those in the Spokane area, and I'm sorry, 10 by 10 would only be 100, wouldn't it? 10 by 100, sorry, had not been contained. So 1,000 square kilometers would be 10 by 100. I am not a math major, but my excuse is I'm not quite awake. That's it. I'll use that one. No one hurt or unaccounted for so far. Washington governor says he stalked the Stinky the Clown about wildfires. I'm sure that was really helpful. You might as well just be yelling down your own sleeve, because it's not going to get you nothing. Fire and law enforcement officials said there have been no reports of injuries or people accounted for, but the stress was early in the response effort. Officials said that evacuees in Spokane included patients at the U.S. Veterans Affairs Hospital. Of course, let's not forget about the smoke inhalation that's going to cause people asthma attacks and all the fun shit. Video from the Spokane area showed buildings on fire, black smoke building up near neighborhoods, and the smoking ruins of homes with only chimneys still standing. Several officials expressed concern the area does not appear likely to get a break in coming days from weather, which is expected to remain dry and hot. Aha! Yeah, it ain't going to get better. We are not out of danger, said Senator Maria Catwells during a news conference with federal, state, and local officials in Spokane. The next couple of days will be challenging. Investigators had yet to determine how the blazes started. And there's a bunch of pictures, and there's a bunch of firefighters. Wow, this sucks. Spokane was hardly the only place struggling to contain fires. Crews using bulldozers and helicopters continued for a 10th day to fight a fire that has burned nearly 525 square miles of grassland in western Idaho and eastern Oregon. Absolutely nobody lives in eastern Oregon, and it is a very empty space. The area is home to cattle ranches, and authorities said the fire is starting more than 600 homes and 800 structures. 600 homes in the entire Idaho area, maybe? I'm not sure what that means. When they say these numbers, it makes me wonder what they mean by that, you know? Because you've got 525 square miles. That's a lot of area. The weather in the area was expected to be sunny and dry well into the week, with temperatures rising more than 90 degrees Fahrenheit or 32 degrees Celsius on Wednesday. Officials said the fire was caused by lightning. Okay, can't do nothing about that. Hey, let's stop lightning. Can't do it. In central Utah, a massive blaze more than doubled in size over the weekend, jumping from 16 square miles to about 56. Sunday morning, more than 100 cattle have been killed, according to local law enforcement. Officials called the fire catastrophic as heavy winds helped flames jump containment lines overnight. The fire is moving northward toward Fillmore, around a town of about 2,600 people in the seat of Millard County. It's Millard County, and the name of the town is Fillmore. So you put two and two together. There was a president named Millard Fillmore. It was not a good president, but anyway, he was. He has a town, is a county named after him, and a city in that county named after him, and it's probably going to get burned to the ground. Maybe it's already been burned to the ground. Don't even know. These fires are not being slowed down, by the way. They're not like, oh my, they got them under control. Nope, they're not under control. The National Weather Service issued warnings about the air quality across the Southwest and issued red flags, fire warnings for parts of Utah and Montana, western Nebraska, extreme heat warnings for the southern parts of Arizona, California, Nevada, and North Montana. There you go. I will not complain about the weather here over the weekend because we got plenty of rain. We got like buckets and buckets and buckets of rain. We got so much rain yesterday, I thought my home downstairs was going to be flooded. But luckily for me, I got the prevention all in after it up one. So I have tar paper over the back over the back stairs. I have this issue where the rain gutter spout, right? It's got a downspout that comes down. Well, too much rain gets in there. and it just overflows over the sides, but it's at the bottom of the stairs. And it just leaks into the downstairs after a certain time. But I prevented it yesterday by laying out a whole entire roll of tar paper down the stairs, and it just ran all the way down to to another flood area. I created a separate. But again, it's a nice waterfall. Nice waterfall. It's a nice waterfall.
Indoor waterfall.
I would have filmed it if it wasn't sopping wet while it was happening.
Yeah.
I was out there, my jam was getting soaked. All right, let's have us a mixed metaphor about fire.
The forest was a library of matchbooks erasing details of Washington.
Oh,
yes.
yes.
A mixed metaphor because matchbooks don't erase things. So that's not anything to do with each other.
That's the part of Washington that always votes Republican. So anybody wants to
deserve it is what you're saying. Wow, I can't believe you're saying that.
Well, they don't deserve it. Nobody deserves it because there's innocent children and shit like that. And
animals. Yeah.
All I'm saying is
cousins are getting burned out.
It's poetic justice, is what I'm saying. It's poetic justice that these people that vote for their own demise are getting their own demise. But
that
it's
is true.
unfortunate
We've defunded the Forestry Service and the Environmental Service and the Rangers and everyone.
Yeah.
Firefighters probably.
They're a living example of the tree that votes for the axe, because the axe is going to kill my neighbor. You're going to kill me. Mm-hmm. I'm a tree. I'm an oak tree, by golly. That axe only hates maple trees.
Is that your only story?
That's my only story for segment 1, yes.
All right, then let's roll the segue for my story, which is the update on Sueta in Spain, which we talked about right before the weekend, in which everyone was panicking. Everyone was trying to make it. Well, you're Limerick. You're the poet master today. I want the poem sometimes. Why don't I get the poem?
You can rig the wheel, you know.
For weeks you've been. Yeah, I could lie to you, but it's on the screen, so I would be caught in my lie.
Take everything off the wheel except Limerick, and then we'll spin it. There you go.
Limerick and haiku, and just those two over and over again.
We can take things off as we spin them during the day.
All right, let's see. Where is... Oh, here we go. All right, so over the weekend, they dealt with the Sueta crisis, which was mostly just turning people away and apologizing that, though, there's no borders open, and I'm sorry you swam here. And people have been died, by the way. Like, I think the number I saw was 72 people have died from drowning and other things from trying to go to this mystical border that was not open. This on Liberation with AFP. After the return to normal, the time of political explanations has come. Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez on Saturday, which would have been the 1st of August, called for a meeting of interior ministers of the 27 EU states after denouncing in the morning the unforgivable behavior of some European leaders in the crisis of the last days in Sueta, including the head of the Italian far-right government, Giorgia Meloni, who is famously anti-immigrant. So, are we really surprised? Earlier in the morning, his Interior Minister, Fernando Grande Marlaska, had welcomed at a press briefing held in Sueta of the significant evolution of the situation on the spot, where a return to normal is underway, of the 50,000 to 60,000 people from Morocco, but also from the sub-Saharan Africa, trying to swim to the Spanish enclave of 84,000 inhabitants, so almost, well, I would say half of their population of extra people were suddenly there. About 48,000 crossed the border. In a final toll, there were at least 67 deaths. I saw 72 somewhere, but this is an article probably from yesterday. So I think today they've upgraded it to 72. Very largely due to drowning, those 67 deaths. The images of the migration crisis, unprecedented in its scale in Sueta, has provoked strong criticism from some leaders of the European Union, where the subject of immigration and border control of the Schengen area remain flammable. In a letter addressed to the heads of the European institutions, the socialist Pedro Sánchez, whose government defends an open approach to migration against the current of many other European countries, denounced their attitude that goes against the long-term interests of the old continent. The leader denounced the selfish position of some European Union countries that have called for strict measures to prevent the arrival of migrants who have passed the Sueta on their soil. Such an attitude motivated by prejudice, false information, ignorance, or political interest is not only contrary to European law, humanitarian law, and the principle of solidarity that bind us, but also goes against the Europe's long-term interests. Because guess what? You need immigrants for a working economy. There's probably 1 billion economic books on this, right? The effects of immigration on economics. It's good. The negatives outweigh the positives. The negatives do not outweigh the positives of having more workforce.
You have shitty jobs that no one will do. Hire an immigrant. Wow, it works. Yeah.
And it's not good, but you do give people the chance to have a better life in a country, right? Because even if they're doing a shitty job, like, I don't know, doing literal shitty job, right? Like being a trash man or whatever. What's the word? What's the politically correct term for that? But even if they're doing something shitty and smelly like that, right? They're probably getting paid more than if they were doing any other job in their country, and which is really sad. I mean, I wish we could live in a globe where everyone gets paid the same. You know, all humans have the same working conditions and rights and freedoms, but we're not there yet. So unfortunately, this is what happens. Thank you, Eric. A sanitation worker. Sanitation workers literally have a shitty job, but they actually get paid a lot here. Especially if you don't get paid well in your country. You get paid probably way more than you'd get paid. So this is just how, unfortunately, our capitalist world works. And yes, trying to say that immigration is bad, it's like the bad outweighs the good, is just not in line with reality. Most immigration is good. The attitudes and questions were initiated by Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni, a strong critic of the Spanish authorities, who restored controls at the maritime and air borders with Spain. Like Denmark and Finland, the Nationals leader wishes to suspend Spain from the Schengen area, which is not possible. Fuck you, Meloni. There are absolutely no question that Spain should leave the Schengen zone, said French Interior Minister Laurent Nunez, adding that France had very, very, very good cooperation with Spain. See, at least France had their back, which is rare because France and Spain have a little rivalry themselves, a little regional rivalry, even though they're right there connected to each other. Paris also refused to sign the open letter that was sent on Saturday morning by 22 of the 27 member states of the Union, intended for President of the European Council Antonio Costa and Ursula von der Leyen, in which the signatories are concerned about the massive and uncontrolled crossing, the instrumentalization of migration, or other hybrid threats, giving the feeling that it's possible to enter the European Union illegally. They didn't even... I'm really tired of this because it's such an overreaction. Because yet again, to remind anybody who didn't watch the show on Friday, Sueta is on mainland Morocco. Like the land, it's connected. It's an exclave on Morocco land, right? It's a colony, one could say. It is not physically attached to any part of Europe. You would still have to cross the Mediterranean to get to actual mainland Europe. So freaking out because a bunch of people walked and swam, in this case, I guess, around the border into Sueta.
Iberian Peninsula sticks way out. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I'm saying it's not even on the Iberian Peninsula. It's nowhere near the Iberian Peninsula because it's across the fucking Mediterranean Sea. It's physically in Africa. So the idea that this is entering the European Union, yes, technically, right, politically, it is the European Union because it is Spanish territory, but it's not people just like, whoa, I'm in Sueta now, so send me on a boat across the Mediterranean to Spain or Italy or something. Yeah. I mean,
Italy's like,
that's what human traffickers are doing. Right, human traffickers are going to do that anyways.
Rome to Italy? I mean, they all immigrated here, man. I just say, who are these idiots in Europe thinking they can stop immigration? All the Europeans ruined this country by coming here. Hello.
Pull a line from your book and say all these people are just working for Putin. Really. Mm-hmm. Let's continue creating immigration to a bigger problem than it is to distract. And then, while you guys are dealing with your immigration problem, Russia's going to sweep us all and invade us, I guess. I don't know what the plan was, but a lot of people are saying, right, this is the rumors I've been hearing on social media, so take it with a huge pile of salt. That this was a psyop from Russia, from Putin, from Trump to be like, ha ha ha, look, see, you better watch out. Immigration's really dangerous, as nothing dangerous happened. A lot of people think that Trump or Putin or whoever the mastermind behind this coordinated attack wanted the Spanish authorities to shoot all of these immigration people to give,
for sure, man.
Yeah, you should start killing people because then you'll look really bad, and then we can see, look, they're dangerous. They had to kill them. They had to shoot a bunch of people because they were also dehumanization, right? To treat these the 50 to 60,000 people across the border like cockroaches. I've seen some people saying that, right? Like bugs. No, they're human beings. Human beings that were lied to about there being an open border, but they're still human beings. Demanding an immediate and coordinated response, the letters also called for an urgent meeting of the Interior Minister of 27 member states. The letters also signed by the German Chancellor Merz, the Hungarian, Swedish, and Polish prime ministers. Member states only France, Slovenia, Portugal, Ireland, and Spain have not signed, which that means the Netherlands also signed, but I'm not surprised by that because the Netherlands has been anti-immigration. Brown immigration, I should say. They've been anti-Moroccan since I've lived here. So, anyways, that's my story. My only story in this section, so hopefully that was enough time for a limerick.
What immigration does, it replenishes your country. It doesn't just drag you down. Just all of our culture comes from poor people, by the way. As rich people have ever given us culture, that's never happened. The only culture we call it,
it's called the proletariat, right? The workers, the proletariat. We're all of us are, and this idea that the immigrants are like draining the system, whatever. You know, immigrants also have to pay taxes. They're also paying taxes. People who get paid I get it. You want legal migration, so you actually have a paper trail of these people. So just let them immigrate then. I don't know.
It would be legal if you would make it more streamlined instead of going, hey, let's make it more complicated. Let's add
so that people just do it illegally instead. Yeah.
And of course, we rip on these other countries about immigration, but the worst offenders in the world on immigration are China, Japan, Korea, because they don't allow anybody to. And of course, the Arab countries, all the Middle Eastern, oil oligarchies. They don't allow immigration either.
They're part of Asia, so Asia has a huge immigration issue themselves.
You will never be a citizen of these countries, no matter what you do. Right? You'll be 20 years, you'll be going, oh, here's another hoop you got to jump through. So screw these other.
No, it's true. It is really hard to become a Japanese citizen. I hear from people who've been living there for 20 years.
Did you know? I will. What's the word? I'll preempt or whatever my limerick with this fact. Spain has only won a total of 8 Olympic medals in swimming. Did you know that? In the history of Olympics, they've only won 2 gold medals in swimming. So here's my limerick. The Olympics are in LA in 28. Spain, if it was smart, would create a team of Moroccan athletes that will lead you to successful feats. Your swimming team will be great. There you go. That's the old joke. That's the old joke about Mexico, right? Why doesn't Mexico have a team? Pretty run, swim, or jump is already the United States.
Yeah, that's exactly how you get across the Rio Grande.
The reason people leave Mexico is because historically they have a dysfunctional government and oligarchy. They've really turned themselves around because I think we talked about this a couple months back. But they're actually. No, we did. We talked about this. No, wait, stop. Can you stop interrupting me? They've actually they said in the last 40 years, Mexico has completely turned around its economy. And it's like the first country to ever grow that or turn around so quickly. Like we talked about it a couple months back about Mexico. Anyways. They're still in all. Let's have a spin.
Our next segue is a bad pun.
A bad pun. Got 2 stories. We're going to talk about, I guess we'll talk about the nefarious Republican congressman who should resign. This is from TheGuardian.com. Marina Dunbar. Republican calls for Max Miller to resign from Congress amid abuse allegations. Republican Senator Bernie Marino is a huge pile of shit, by the way. Let's not get this guy off the hook just because he wants his son-in-law to resign for being a scumbag. Anyway, Republican Senator Bernie Marino on Sunday called for Representative Max Miller, his ex-son-in-law, to step down from Congress and allegations of domestic and child abuse. As recently as Friday, Ohio Senator avoided giving his opinion directly on accusations made by his daughter, Emily Marino, against the congressman. Who do you believe, your daughter or the guy? Okay, then. If there are any basic standards of character required to hold office, elected office, Max Miller fails them, he should not serve in the House of Representatives. The Ohio Senator wrote on a post on social media on Sunday, 2 days after people are going, hey, how come you got nothing to say? Finally says something on social media, which is a coward's way out, by the way. You're a coward. I believe Max Miller needs to seek professional help to send a clear pattern of abuse he has left in his wake. I believe he should not be free to continue endangering others until he does. Imagine what this guy has gotten away with, right? Marino has said he had hoped the situation would remain private, but added Miller's increasingly erratic and dangerous behavior has made it impossible. The senator's statement came hours after Miller released a live stream Sunday morning denying allegations of domestic and child abuse and insisting he would remain in a race for re-election. You go, girl. You go for that re-election. I want to see you get pummeled. The public appearance came ahead of Wednesday's deadline to replace him on the ballot. Oh boy, they got 2 days to figure out what you're going to do, Republicans. He's probably not going to resign. Dude, don't resign. Stay on the ballot. That's what you need to do. Just want to be clear, no court, no agency has ever substantiated any allegation of abuse against me. Well, not yet. No criminal charge has ever been filed against me. Well, not yet. Miller said in a live stream, every single one of these allegations are all investigated, and I've cooperated fully every single time because nothing to hide. I have nothing to hide now. Dude, resign. Just resign. We don't care. That's your fucking problem. You're being paid by the public, United States taxpayers paying you. You can't do your job. Resign. Democrats do it all the time. They do it all the time. They resign for anything. Oh my God, I once borrowed a pencil and didn't bring it back. I better resign. Republicans, you can kill an entire family. Yeah, exactly. Let's not forget all the scumbags that are currently in Congress. And they just go. The statement follows allegations that Miller poured hot water on his wife, held a gun to her head, and then broke their toddler's collarbone. This guy's a winner.
And this guy the kid with the collarbone, oh my fucking God.
Just fell down the stairs.
He's already a piece of shit for abusing his wife, and then he also is abusing his child.
Yep. The accusation of intensified scrutiny on Ohio's 7th congressional district with the Democrat. Here's another thing. This Max Miller does. He eats dogs and cats. Yeah, he's gonna eat your dog and your cat. Don't forget that Ohio was the place where they lied about Haitians eating dogs and cats, and Moreno was one of these pieces of shit that was behind it. When asked on Friday by Notice whether Miller should continue his re-election campaign, Moreno responded, "I don't know." What do you mean, I don't know? 2 days later, he's like, "You should resign." Yeah, you don't even know what the fuck you're even doing yourself. Miller, 37. Old enough to know better, has denied allegations made by both his ex-wife, Emily. We already done this. Why do we get two different denials in the same story? Okay, we get it. He's denying it. Emily Moreno, a conservative policy advisor, no matter how conservative she is, she does not deserve hot water poured on her. Shares a 2-year-old daughter with Miller. The former couple has been involved in custody disputes for their child since 24. In his Sunday statement, Bernie Marino said it had been horrific to witness the situation unfold in view of public, all while knowing an innocent 2-year-old girl was caught in the middle. Why did you wait till Sunday to make a statement, jackass? That's your granddaughter. Among the allegations, Emily Marino. Again, here's the thing. Break my granddaughter's collarbone. You might be looking for witness protection. You're gonna have to go in deep hiding, right? That should be his actual, testosterone.
People don't like Child beaters and pedophiles in prison, by the way. Nobody likes you. You can't make any friends.
There's no guarantee he's going to prison. He hasn't been charged with anything. Among the allegations, Marino testified earlier this year in connection with a defamation lawsuit filed against her by Miller that he took hot water from a pan, he cooked eggs in and threw it at me. She has also accused Miller of holding a gun to her head, according to the New York Times. The old standard Republican line. We got them guns and we gonna use them. So let's have us a mixed metaphor about this dumbass and his dumbass son-in-law. I don't know who's the bigger dumbass.
Nope, it's bad puns. We're doing bad puns here. So there's going to be bad jokes about abuse.
I'm sorry, I looked at the first
one.
Sorry. Yeah, puns. Okay.
I called the child abuse hotline. A kid answered, called me a fat cunt, and told me to fuck off.
Wow, wrong one. Ow! That hurt.
Okay, next story. Great jokes about child abuse. Let me tell you guys about it before my dad beats me to it.
Oh.
I have never been abused by my dad. Just to make that clear. And my final one. This one's really bad. I once had an abusive girlfriend. Her name was Lorraine. Whenever she didn't agree with something I said or did, she would strike me all over the body, but punching me in the eye was the most common. That left me with black eyes almost constantly. I had enough. I broke up with her after 5 months of abuse. I can see clearly now, Lorraine is gone. That's so bad.
Lorraine, what a bitch. All right, next.
See, they were funny abuse jokes. All right, next story.
Let's talk about another fiasco involving Republicans, and that's all there is these days in Republican land is fiascos. It's like fiasco land. I heard a good euphemism the other day for white America. You want to hear it? It's actually pretty good. Beigistan. I kind of like that.
Beigistan.
Right, Beigistan. And again, they tried to arrest we're talking about the Olympics again, as a matter of fact. They tried to arrest an Olympian for, I don't know, touching water and claim that he's the one that destroyed the whole thing, which was absolute nonsense. And it's absolutely disgusting that we have to deal with this shit on a daily basis. But here we are. AP News has a story. Amir Madhani and Matthew Daly have the story. Trump blasts Janine Piro after she drops reflecting pool vandalism case. President Stinky the Clown, Diaper Donnie, on Saturday sharply criticized U.S. Attorney Janine Piro's assessment that the damage to the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool was a result of shoddy construction and not works as vandals. Okay, let me mark this down. Okay, you got August. What was it, Saturday? So it was August 1st, 2026. Janine Piro actually tells the truth. All right, there, I got that down. She actually said something that's the truth. That's a sign that somebody in the Trump administration is getting tired of Trump's bullshit. Piro's office in a court filing on Friday moved to drop criminal charges against former Olympian David Hearn, who did nothing, who had been accused of deliberately damaging the pool after it underwent a renovation ahead of the ridiculous birthday celebration last month. Stinky the Clown, in a posting on social media, acknowledged that there may have been some contractor difficulty. Yeah, no shit. And the installation of the new pool liner, but he continues to assist in major damages caused by vandals. Yeah, you got a pool with cameras on it 24/7. You have security everywhere. There is never not a camera on the National Mall of America, but somehow there's no video of vandals doing anything. Yeah, that's amazing, isn't it? I disagree 100% with Janine Piro, the U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, on the reflecting pool. Diaper Donnie added to his post as he crapped his pants for the third time that day. The dismissal was the embarrassing setback of the Justice Department that had previously echoed Stinky's claims and billed the prosecution as accountability for damages at the Washington landmark, a pet project of Trump, which he's completely fucked up by giving no bid contract to his pool cleaner, Jimmy Mustache, or whatever his name is. Piro's decision to drop the case is also a rare moment during Stinky's second term of an aide or political appointee openly defining. She probably just had two more Chardonnays. That's probably all that happened for old Janine. A couple more Chardonnays, and she got that bravery gene backed up all this time. Said, hey, I'm so tired of listening to this orange, bloated, syphilis, riddled, Adderall sniffing clown. The president, which we call him that for some reason, without providing any clear evidence, continued to allege Saturday that the majority of the damage to the pool is caused by vandals. If you still believe anything this clown says, I feel sorry for you. Your brain doesn't work. You are seriously impaired. Government lawyers in the 20-page court filing on Friday said that additional documents provided by our Interior Department since the indictment of Hearn show that the damage was a result of a botched installation by the contractor, as well as the rush to complete the project. Two prior events associated with America. Well, the Justice Department telling the truth. Holy shit. How about that? The rush to complete the project associated with America 250, a celebration in the weeks surrounding independence of 2026. In addition, a recent visual inspection revealed damage throughout the pool, including the middle, where prosecutors say a vandal would not likely have attempted to peel the land. You can't invent things that never happened. This is the thing. Why is the head of the entire Justice Department of the United States trying to invent something that never fucking happened? How can you believe anything they ever say ever again? Mm-hmm. They have no credibility. They just absolutely no evidence that it's ever happened. They just fucking invent something that never fucking happened. And they try to charge some guy who touched the water.
Yeah.
Given all this newly discovered information, it's difficult to attribute the widespread damage of the wrecking pool to vandalism, let alone establish the fact beyond a reasonable doubt. Piro, a Trump appointee, Senator filed, which asked the judge to formally dismiss the case. We know Trump can fire her anytime. I don't know why he hasn't. Maybe she's got some blackmail too, huh? Maybe that's why she has the job in the first place. Piro, if she's smart, she has blackmail. I mean, if you're working for Trump and you're smart, you got to get yourself some blackmail. That's all there is to it. Piro, in the court filing, also blamed the Interior Department for providing less than fulsome information at the outset of the case. No shit. The Interior Department is run by crooks too. Don't forget that. Every one of these departments is run by a crook. The filing added that the DOJ had been forthcoming with information clearly in its possession. The government would not have sought a grand jury indictment. It was a jarring turn in the position from Piro, who claimed the government's case was built on tremendous evidence when she announced indictment against her last month. Oh, don't ever believe anything she ever says again either. Interior Secretary Doug Burgum, it was a huge incompetent oligarch pile of shit himself, in a posting on X, appeared to push back against Piro's criticism, saying some of the actions of vandalism were captured on video. Oh, they were they? Let's see the video. Oh, got erased. I don't fucking know. We also provided U.S. Attorney's Office expert eyewitness testimony to the damage done by vandals and provided every piece of evidence they asked for, requested at the time, detailing it. Said, you're lying. Hearn's legal team on Saturday criticized both Trump and Piro and said it was weighing legal remedies. Hello, lawsuit. I will be suing their fucking asses off. First of all, you slandered me. You had no evidence. You guys are false prosecution is a thing. You can sue the government. You can redress your grievances against the government. This is part of the First Amendment. Trump is mad at Piro because he finally admitted what we made clear to our legal findings all along. Trump's box renovation was responsible for the damage, not Davy Hearn, the legal team said in a statement. However, her claim that she and her office were previously duped by Interior is nonsense. She's a dishonest person. She probably just figured out, I cannot defend this shit anymore. And she's probably trying to defend herself for the Nuremberg trials that are coming up. Because, these people, we tried to prosecute somebody throw a sandwich. We tried to, we're going to prosecute. Janine Piro is a pile of shit. And so is Trump. But at least she's defying this idiot. And she's getting ready for the post-Trump world. That's only my theory on that. Trump on Saturday posted a nearly 4-minute video that appears to have been taken from a security camera, in which 3 individuals you can see with their hands in the pool, including one for an extended period. What does extended period mean? What does that even mean? Extended period. Does that mean 30 seconds, 9 seconds. What is an extended period? Anyway, whatever. The president claimed the video shows materials being cut with a knife or box cutter for all to see. It's not clear from the video, which appears to be shot from some distance, that any vandalism occurred. Workers can also be seen standing nearby and don't appear to notice people sticking their hands in the water. I'm going to go ahead and say that AI video, it's completely fake. It's not a real video. You fucking faked it.
How is putting your hand in the water vandalism, by the way? People do it all the fucking time.
Yeah. Like one end of about half a mile long reflecting pool is not going to damage the whole pool. 1, 2, 3 people having their hands in it.
Birds are landing in the pool too, and ducks and shit. Like, that's what happens. It's a fucking body of water.
Can you reporters stop giving Trump the benefit of the doubt? He's obviously fucking nuts. On top of being the stupidest person ever exists on the planet, he's fucking crazy. He just shit up because everybody in the news media is a coward. Yeah, right. Virginia-based Atlantic Industrial Coating was awarded a $14.7 million no-bid contract, which is illegal, to repaint and waterproof concrete. 4 Atlantic Industrial Coatings did not respond to the request for comment. Water was drained, and Trump directed the bottom be painted what you call the American flag blue. Doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Problems emerged with days of completion with chunks of the new lining peeling off. Stinky was quick to blame vandals. We can go on and on about this forever and ever. Trump's a pile of shit. But the only reason this story is profound or interesting is because Janine Piro has, you know what? Fuck this shit. Why am I prosecuting people based on nothing? She probably finally said to herself and just dropped the case and said, there's nobody in my team. No, I can't get one lawyer, not one prosecutor in my entire office to touch this case. I'm dropping it. And I'm not going to prosecute it myself personally, right? There's your story. Let's have some puns about stupid assholes in Washington, D.C., which is all we have these days.
That is not what my puns are about. My puns are about construction. Did you hear about the blind construction worker?
No.
He picked up a hammer and saw. Because he was blind.
No. Very close. Okay.
Oh, it was terrible. Why did the nosy roofer get fired?
I don't know.
He was always eavesdropping.
Ow! Not eavesdropping.
I heard the shovel was a groundbreaking invention.
Oh.
All right, there you go. There's your puns. Oh, damn. Also, hello, Nico. Thank you for stopping by and washing your hands in your sink by vandalizing your sink. Because now putting your hands in water is vandalizing.
That's right.
I've lived near DC for most of my life, and I never heard this much drama about the reflection pool. Ever.
I barely even noticed anything.
It's a fucking giant man-made lake. Leave it alone. Who cares? I'm sure they did DC Mall maintenance on it
25, 30, 40 times. I've never even cared about the reflecting pool at all. It's just there. It's a mosquito breeding area. It's what it is.
Yeah, that's exactly. Our next segue is bad pun for my story, my culture news.
All right.
Now it's a pun off.
Bad pun. No,
it's a pun off. You have to make some better puns than me, or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to make better puns.
Bulimia puns, I imagine.
Or Ozempic puns. This is from David Morquand on Uranus Culture. The American singer, songwriter, and Oscar-nominated actress Ariana Grande will take a step back from visibility after her Eternal Sunshine tour and has withdrawn from her planned West End debut. Grande, 33, is wrapping up the North American leg of her tour and will begin a 10-date residency at London's O2 Arena later this month. Her representative has confirmed that she will take a break from public appearances after these shows, which ends on the 1st of September. Ariana will be taking a step back from visibility after she completes the Eternal Sunshine tour, the rep told People. She looks forward to finishing the tour and ending it on a high note, but both heavily and happily, and then taking a much-deserved break from public-facing work and appearances, which has led to endless ongoing public scrutiny. People also quoted a source to Grande who emphasized that she is in good health. She performs a very physical show, and there's a lot of athleticism involved. They said she performs healthily and successfully at the very high level night after night. This step back means that Grande will no longer be part of the upcoming West End revival of Stephen Sondheim's critically acclaimed 1984 musical Sunday in the Park with George, which she was due to star in alongside her Wicked co-star Jonathan Bailey. The London show, inspired by George Seurat's painting A Sunday Afternoon on the island of La Grande Jatte, was set to open next year. The decision to take a break comes after renewed public commentary surrounding Grande's body and appearance, commentary which intensified online after she recently released a video for Pedal, seen above, the title track from a new album which released last Friday, the 31st of July. Grande had previously spoken out about having people comment on her physical appearance and health, and has also been open about her mental health following the Manchester Arena attack at her concert in May of 2017, when a suicide bomber killed 22 people. Ariana Grande concludes this US leg of her tour on the 6th of August and heads to her London residency at the O2 Arena on the 15th of August. Sold-out shows conclude on the 1st of September. So that's really all this article has to say, but basically, I'm sure everyone's at least heard about this even a little bit, and I've seen some pictures of Ariana Grande where you can see her collarbone and her upper ribs, basically, which is what people are very worried about. Now, of course, something like this has happened before, for example, with, I forget his name, just I was about to say it, the actor who played the Black Panther in the MCU. Right, he started getting very, very skinny and looking very, very gaunt. Chadwick Boseman. Of course, later we found out he was dying of cancer.
Huh?
Right? He was dying of cancer. Some people thought he was on crack or something because, he's a black guy. Yeah. But it was because he was dying of cancer. And that's why people are worried. Yeah, people are worried because that is not a normal look to look that gaunt, to be able to see your bones through your skin. That is not a healthy look. I don't care who you are. There are people who are born that way, but I've been watching Ariana Grande since since she was a child and I was a child, and she did not look like that as a child.
What was the name of the show she was on?
She was on Victorious, and then she was on what was it called? Cat and Sam, yeah. She played Cat, yeah. She played Cat, and she was on Victorious originally. No, that's Selena Gomez. Nico. Selena Gomez. Yeah. Either way, for me as a woman, my only opinion on this is that
out of breath voice all the time. Out of breath, high pitched voice. As
a woman, you have to have 30% body fat to have a working body. That's just how our system works, like the hormones and everything works. So that's the only reason I even care is like, does she have 30% body fat? If she does not have 30% body fat, she is unhealthy, and that is a fact. Medically, you're unhealthy. I think it was 30.
If you don't have curves, you're not healthy. I'm just saying.
Men can get as low as 10% before it affects their body, but women really just can't. They can maybe get to 20, but you really just can't get any lower than that because your whole body breaks down and you need fat. You need fat to run your body, okay? I know a lot of us have been consuming anti-fat propaganda, maybe even our whole lives, but you actually do need fat in your body to run your bodies. This idea that we need to be as slim and yeah, exactly. They want the skeleton look is not it. And I think Eric said earlier during the pre-show that it could be like an Ozempic thing, which is the problem with Ozempic, which we have talked about it multiple times on the show, is that it just takes away your appetite. It doesn't mean you're not hungry. It doesn't mean you don't need nutrients. You're just starving yourself of those things by tricking your body into thinking it doesn't need it. So I think it's very dangerous to overuse any of these, appetite controlling things, especially since I feel like a lot of actors and rich people in general, right, don't need a prescription from a doctor who actually cares about their health, right? They're just like, oh, pay me $2,000 and I'll get you all the Ozempic you need. And they don't care, right? They don't care about you living for 20 more years. So
the United States invented rich people starving themselves to death. We invented that. That's a recent thing. Well, again, I blame the fashion industry. The fashion industry is the culprit in this whole entire body image nonsense. Back in 100 years ago, to be big and voluptuous as a woman was desired, right? Had curves. At some point, the fashion industry took over women's body image. And it's been a disaster ever since. You gotta weigh 90 pounds. Why? Who cares? Yeah, it's all.
Yeah, exactly. The problem is money will literally buy you anything, including killing yourself. And I think that's what maybe Ariana Grande obviously sees this more than I will ever see, right? She probably sees these messages way more than I see the people sending them to her. But
the fashion industry is run by gay men who have no idea what's the
okay,
they're not even curious about it.
Oh my god! Plenty of gay men love bears, so I don't want to hear this pro-twink slander that only gay people like twinks.
Slander?
Anyways.
It's the truth.
No, it's not the truth. It's your opinion.
Ruined women's body. It's the truth. The fashion industry has ruined women's body industry.
I get that, but it being gay men who like twinks is your opinion, not a fact.
Who runs the fashion industry?
No, there's plenty of women in the fashion industry too.
Right.
Anyways, my original point I wanted to say was just that. Yeah, Tommy is not a twink though. We already went over. He's an Oxford gay. I
am not blaming gays at all. I'm just saying that the people who run the fashion industry have an ideal body image, and it's not a woman; it is a man. I'm sorry. Anyway,
my point is that there's like three sides to this. There's people who care about her as a person, right? Not killing herself slowly by not eating food. And then there's people who think she's being a bad role model for girls, of course. There's always those people, right? Oh, you're inspiring other people to starve themselves. And then there's just like sexist people who want to control what Ariana Grande does with her body. So, where do I sit on this? I just don't want her to die. I know this is a crazy concept. I don't want people to kill themselves. So that's my opinion. That's the side I'm sitting on here. If she wants to, I guess if she wants to die, that's her prerogative, but I would rather she'd not do that by starving herself to look like that.
Does she not have friends that stage an intervention? Is that not a thing anymore, right?
You know what? I would not be surprised, because this is actually a really bad thing that happens in the K-pop industry, which is that there's, if you want to talk about bad beauty standards, K-pop industry is famous for that. There's women, that's not even women, it's in men too. There's women and men in the K-pop industry who just consume all their nutrients through IVs. They don't eat anything, and they just get all their nutrients directly into their blood. And that's how they're able to stay skinny. And I wouldn't be surprised if she's doing that. I'm not saying she is, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I definitely think the root is the fashion industry, but it's definitely been adopted by society. If you're 3 pounds overweight, there's something wrong with you, right? Oh my God! You know, that whole thing has got to go. It's stupid. Just live your life. Don't worry about fucking other people. They're all just assholes anyway. They're going to let you down, believe it or not. They're going to let you down. That's all they're going to do. Those people are getting you to change. They're going to let you down.
Luckily, I don't think Ariana Grande is ever going to see this video, so we're safe.
Or if you mean, by golly. Wait, I still haven't given you a pun. You was just
I'm just rolling it.
Okay, what is a bulimic's favorite restaurant? Well, that's a joke, more of a joke. Let's not do that one. All right, my first pun is. Oh, actually, during this, I don't even have to read them. What is the bulimic cheerleader's favorite restaurant?
I have no idea.
It's the In-N-Out Burger.
Oh, dear.
My girlfriend is so loud and bulimic, I'm always telling her to keep it down. That's another one that I said.
Next.
Bad enough I'm bulimic. Today, after vomiting my alphabet soup, I discovered I'm also dyslexic. Anyway, there's your terrible pun.
No.
My bulimic girlfriend surprised me for Did you hear about the bulimic at the birthday party? Instead of jumping out of the cake jumped out of her.
Oh dear.
Terrible.
So sad.
All right,
so sad.
You spawned already. What'd you get?
We got hypothetical. So for this day in history, I'll give you
another day.
Hypothetical.
This day in history.
And this video
on
you
this
sent
day,
me the other day is for the mic drop moment, right? You sent me one yesterday.
Yeah. I got to boot that one up. Hold on a second here. Just
Good
remembered I had
point.
it.
Let me good point.
I forgot what I said. No, I remember it now. Let's do. Our video is actually kind of funny. 1778 in this day in history, August 3rd, is that coughing here? Maybe this wet weather is getting to me, right? Because I was soaked yesterday.
Maybe I got a cold.
Maybe getting pneumonia. 1778, the Opera House La Scala opened in Milan with a performance of Antonio Salieri, Europa Riconosciata? Me no speak Italian. Anyway, the Opera House opened in 1858. 1900, in this day, American journalist Ernie Pyle was born. He was one of the most famous correspondents of World War II. He was killed in World War II, so dangerous job being a journalist. Yep. 1921, 1921, the day after being acquitted on insufficient evidence, largely because of the key evidence had disappeared from a grand jury. 8 Chicago White Sox players were banned from baseball for life, accused of receiving bribes to intentionally lose the 1919 World Series, including Shoeless Joe Jackson, who was one of the best players in baseball at the time. And again, you want to watch this movie, Field of Dreams. It's all about Shoeless Joe Jackson. It ain't about the guy who's supposedly the star of the movie, Kevin Costner. It's not really about him. It's about Shoeless Joe Jackson, who is whispering in his dreams, "I'm Shoeless Joe, and I want you to build a field." 1936, the Olympics in Berlin, American track athlete Jesse Owens won the 100-meter event, the first of his 4 Olympic gold medals, and he said, "Up yours, Adolf Hitler, up yours."
Yeah.
And that was it. We defeated Nazi Germany on the playing field. Well, not really, but we definitely proved that Nazis are not superior to anyone. 1941, American entrepreneur and domestic lifestyle innovator Martha Stewart was born. That is not her real name, so she's not related to us in any way. Her name is some Polish thing. It's a Polish surname. She changed her name to Stewart for rich people reasons, I guess. I don't know.
Racist. I'm sure she got a lot of bullying as a lot of people with Polish or Eastern European last names get bullied.
I heard her say that her brother changed her name to something else. He said, "What should I change my name to?" Stewart. Everybody loves that name. I don't know. 1984. I don't know. A lot of people changed their name to Stewart. I don't get it. John Stewart changed his name to Stewart. I like 3 of Harriet Tubman's brothers changed their name to Stewart when they became free men. And it wasn't her master's name. So, I don't know, man. Stewart's one of them names people just glom onto. I don't get it. Shit, my original surname probably isn't Stewart. I'm not even sure. 1984, American gymnast Mary Lou Retton won the all-around event in the United States. Los Angeles Games, which are coming up next 2 more years. Los Angeles has the Games again, becoming the first American woman to win an international Olympic gold medal in gymnastics. So, Mary Lou Retton, who is now a mega thing, I believe. 1992, American revisionist Western Unforgiven, the Clint Eastwood movie, had its world premiere and later won 4 Academy Awards, including Best Director with Clint Eastwood, also starred in a drama and Best Picture. And don't forget Gene Hackman, the late great Gene Hackman, who is
the American revisionist Western. Revision, what did it revision?
That's what I say. It revised the good feeling at the end of a movie. You didn't leave that movie going, Boy, I feel good. No, you didn't feel good at the end of the movie. You went home and go, God, that's depressing. 2004, French photographer Henri Cartier-Bresson died at the age of 95. He was the master of the street photography, capturing what he called the decisive moments. Ooh. Man, I'm going to do that, and then people come and punch me, right?
Oh, okay.
You're taking my picture, my decisive moment. Here's a knuckle sandwich. Yeah, I'm just saying, man. Filming people today has become old hat. And, of course, the glasses you can wear now, don't forget the Facebook is, push glasses on you where you can just get in people's face and feel. 1492 in this
acorn 2D Dog.
Golden acorns. And 1492 in this day, Columbus set sail. Let's see. He landed in October. He set sail in July. Was that? Or August? That's 2 months. It only took him 2 months. Hoping to find a westward route to India, Christopher Columbus on this day in 1492 set sail on his transatlantic voyage. Departing from Palos, Spain, with 3 small ships, Anina, Pinta, and Santa Maria. Although he's an accomplished navigator, Columbus misjudged the Earth's size and never reached Asia. Instead, he reached the Caribbean, unknowingly opening sustained contact between Europe and Americas. His voyage launched into European exploration, profoundly reshaped and often devastated the indigenous peoples of Americas. Yes, Columbus Day. Oh yeah, the Vikings were here, but the Vikings didn't cause the wanton destruction that Columbus did, because he was doing it for the Spanish Armada, and they just, let's go loot another country.
Mm-hmm.
The other featured event today is the Nautilus, more seafaring operations, as the Nautilus voyage below the North Pole on this day in 1958. The U.S. atomic submarine Nautilus passed beneath the thick ice cap of the North Pole in unprecedented feat. Yes, the North Pole was reached by people underwater in 1958. Staniel Baldwin is the first soul of Baldwin of Booley. That's his birthday. He was born this day in 1867. Good for you, rich boy. Our other birthdays today. Let's do famous birthdays. Anybody young born today? Yes, Olympic gold medal swimmer Ryan Lochte. Kind of disgraced at this time in his life. He was born in 1984. Nobody I recognize. It's Tom Brady's birthday, Mr. Perfect, the guy who gets to cheat and deflate his balls. He was born this day in 1977. Happy 49th to Tom Brady. God, I remember 1977. Tom Brady is so much younger than me. He's just a kid. He's just a fucking kid.
Mm-hmm.
Born in 77. Other birthdays today. Going through the names. Oh, I recognize somebody. Actor Isaiah Washington, born in 1963.
I'm sure there's people I recognize, but I don't know what you're using.
Actor Lisa Ann Walter, born in 1963. So they're turning 63. Both born in the same day as musician James Hetfield of Metallica, singer of Metallica. He was born in 1963. He's turning 63. All of these people having their golden birthday, turning 63, and they were born in 63. Musician Ed Roland, also born of Collective Soul in 1963. I don't know his name, but I know Collective Soul, and might as well loop him in with the other 3 that were born on the same exact day. Lots of people born in 63. 1961 is the birthday of Lee Rocker, the Stray Cats, born in 65. Actor J.C. McGinley, who's that? If you ever watch Scrubs, he plays the doctor, the head doctor, Dr. Cox. John C. McGinley, born in 1959. He's turning 77. Don't forget he was also in Office Space. He played one of the Bobs. I don't know, what else was he in? Filmmaker John Landis, born in 1951, the guy who made the Blues Brothers. TV personality, we did Martha Stewart, she's 85. Martin Sheen, the father of Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez, is turning 86 today. He was born in 1940, before World War II. Hall of Fame football player Lance Armstrong, born the very same day. Lance Allworth, born that very same day. He's turning 86. Actor Stephen Burkoff, is 89. Tony Bennett's birthday, also. Hey, Tony. He was born in 19... If Tony Bennett was still with us, he would be 100 years old today, but he's gone. Famously recorded with Lady Gaga and a whole bunch of other people. We talked about Ernie Pyle, and those are all the days for today.
There's also Evangeline Lilly, who played one of the elves in The Hobbit, and Graveyard Girl, which is an OG YouTuber, which you probably don't know, but I remember her videos.
What day is it? What birthday is it for her?
40? Oh, Evangeline Lilly is turning 46. She's looking great for 46. Not that she should look bad. And Graveyard Girl is 40, so we got some 40s in there. Those are the people I recognize, at least.
National Day. It's National Hair Gloss Day, so I don't know. I
don't know anything about that, sadly. You're one of the lucky men who does not have male pattern baldness.
Yeah.
You got the other thing. Your hair turns white instantly as soon as you're alive.
Yeah, when these old actors die and they're like 80 and you see them on TV, it's like, why does Milton Berle still have brown hair when he's 80? He doesn't. He spends all day getting fouled up just so he can on TV with his big old fake head. So all these old guys that show up with fake hair and just. Anyway, it's National Georgia Day. I'm not sure if it's the state, but it's got to be the state because they're showing peaches. So it's National State.
Congratulations, Georgia.
Yeah, it must have been the day they were...
Celebrate some Atlanta hip-hop and rap today. Go listen to...
one of the original colonies, Georgia, by the way. One of the original colonies.
Ludacris. Go listen to Ludacris.
Yeah. Go listen to R.E.M.
Are they from Atlanta as well?
Yeah, they're from Athens, Georgia. Yeah. University of Georgia is in Athens, in case you didn't know that. National Watermelon Day, National Grab Some Nuts Day. Not you, Tom Brady, just because it's your birthday. Don't be grabbing nuts. And National Georgia Day and National Hair Gloss. That was only 4 damn things it is today. So watermelons and nuts. Celebrate it all. Everything for today, your haikus, your limericks, everything for Monday, Mucking Fonday, the first Mucking Fonday of August, as we call it, August. You got to put an R in every month. June, July, and August. You know that joke. You know that joke? My dad used to say, venison, which is deer meat. Venison, if you kill a deer. Venison is only good if you kill it in months that have an R in them. Like
and so you put R in all of them.
July and August. In other words, my dad was...
Grandpa joke over there.
Yeah, love it. That's your pun. That's everything for today. August 3rd, 2026, and before nuts and watermelons.
Some nuts.
Nuts and watermelon. Southern nuts.
Hypothetically, you can go grab a Coca-Cola and some boiled peanuts and enjoy the summer weather in Georgia inside with air conditioning because it's very humid in Georgia. Though I hear actually humidity is more bearable if you actually go outside and have a fan. And then you move all the air around you. I saw on social media a little bit. Somebody was like, "Why do they have fans outside in Italy?" It's like to move the air, to move it.
Yeah.
It's so useful to move air when there's no wind. Make some of your own. Yeah. So hypothetically, go celebrate. You can celebrate Georgia Day. I guess probably why it's also Nut Day, huh? So even though peanuts are legumes, not nuts.
Celebrate our next president of the United States, Senator John Ossoff of Georgia. That's my pick.
That's your pick for the presidential. What do you call it?
No, he's good. Watch any of his speeches. He's good. I think he'll win.
It's also still World Breastfeeding Week, which started on the 1st of August on Saturday. So continue leaving women alone, or even non-women, because there are non-women with breasts. Leave people alone if they're breastfeeding. Let them feed their baby. Stop making them hide in the bathroom like they're doing something shameful. Breasts aren't gonna hurt you, and if you're getting a weird reaction to seeing breasts, go see a sex psychologist. They can help you get over that.
Yeah, some trauma probably happened to you someday once as a child. And
that's not her responsibility because she's breastfeeding. Okay, it's not. That's your
You were
problem.
breastfeeding as a baby and a lizard crawled on your face. It's nothing you can do about it. It's just your own personal. Don't blame other people.
Hello, Nicole. All right, that's the end of our show today. Thank you, everyone, for being here. This has been Allison from the Netherlands and Roger from the East Coast of the U.S. as we are starting a new week and a new month on Before Coffee here. We'll see you tomorrow for a Good News Day, in which we'll have all the good news we can find to give you hope in humanity again. If you're not already, please follow us on Twitch at Before Coffee Podcast and follow us on YouTube or subscribe to us on YouTube on Before Coffee Podcast. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. You click a button. You can like the video. You can send it to your family and say, look at these idiots talking about news for way too long. We don't care. Please. Actually, we do care if you do that. Please do that. And continue supporting anti-AI news because we are not slop. We are real people giving you our real shitty opinions on news stories. Thank you to all
I resemble that too.
Thank you for all our Before Coffee supporters on Patreon for supporting the show. And here is our mic drop moment.
Yes. Still fitting as the
gleeful comedy here.
Inspiration.
reflecting cool fiasco comes to an end, we hope. We'll talk about the true depiction of Stinky in a stinky form.
But will they show a horse butt?
Life, but rather animating a famous face.
My first thought was, who would waste their time? But then I read.
And then I smelled it, and I was like, oh.
The Dawn of Dung is a painting, kind of. It's just made of different stuff.
Because he's full of shit.
Dawn of Dung.
It might have been coffee, because coffee is a proper
The most
medium
fitting.
for monotones like that.
What is it? Most
so okay, so she used coffee for the midtones and then horseshit for like the contrast.
But like the Louvre,
No, I think she just used horseshit for the whole thing.
She literally just said she used coffee for midtones in the actual interview.
And it's packed with inspired creations.
Oh, I thought that was just some lady talking.
No, that was the artist.
We've had many provocative pieces in the show over many years, and it's
we
a
love
provocating,
provocating a provocateur. That's what you deserve.
All the
in my opinion. If you can't, don't talk shit if you can't take it. That's what I say.
On the first day of the show, someone saw this face and fell in love. The Dawn of Dung sold immediately for $1,800 to an anonymous.
Wow.
No, that wasn't her.
Is this Wendy?
I wanted to hear straight
That was
from
not
the
her
horse's
talking
mouth
about the
what compelled the artist to create.
She hasn't been back on the screen yet.
Chartrand's creation was born out of frustration with what she sees and hears in the news.
I was really surprised
Yeah,
that
I've
it
seen
sold
it.
that morning. And
It's like, wow, really people look my shit painting.
It's like, what do you do with that, right?
It's expressionist, but not
I actually wanted to keep that art piece for myself.
Down on people.
Great art always conjures comparison, and I was certain I'd seen a face like this in nature.
What's that fish that lives at the bottom of the ocean with that?
Oh yeah, the famous flatfish.
Grouper.
I was actually thinking of a blobfish, but art is whatever it is to you.
Yeah.
For Wendy, Trump just happened to be the road apple of her eye, and this might not be her last political portrait.
I thought about doing a Putin
Oh yes, please do that.
with the POO.
Take the T out of Trump, and
Yeah,
what's
Putin,
left is the
P-O-O.
ultimate crowd pleaser.
Who would not want Donald's face
dump.
drawn in poo?
For Wendy, it's an outlet,
You can't do anything about things, so it's good to laugh about it.
and inspiration is everywhere.
She's like,
Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and notify buttons, and follow our other channels, Toxic Alley, History of Gravy, and Scratchy Old Records.